Caption close Beijing, AP, Zhang Heidao was a rare voice in China, a member of the ethnic Han majority who for years had criticized the government on social media for its treatment of the minority Muslim Uighurs. Zhang's wife had long feared some sort of backlash despite her husband's relative obscurity. He was a working-class electronics salesman, unknown even to most Uyghur activists. So she worried that authorities might block his social media accounts, or maybe detain him. Instead he was arrested and prosecuted for subversion and espionage. His punishment, 19 years in prison. They wanted to make an example of him, to scare anyone who might question what they do in the name of security, Zhang's wife, Li Aija, told the Associated Press earlier this week, one day after she arrived in the United States and asked for political asylum. Even someone who knows nothing about law would know that his punishment made no sense. Elsewhere in China, Zhang would have been sentenced to no more than 3 years, said his lawyer Li Duniang, and may not have been prosecuted at all. But Xinjiang, the tense northwestern region where most Uyghurs live, has been enveloped in recent years in a vast dragnet of police surveillance, which authorities insist is needed to root out separatism and Islamic extremism. Zhang, who moved to Xinjiang from central Henan province more than a decade ago in search of work, wondered in his social media posts whether these policies were stoking resentment among Uyghurs. He warned that China's restrictions on the Uyghurs' religious practices risked sparking an insurgency. But questioning government policies in Xinjiang has become an untouchable third rail in today's China. Court records say Zhang was convicted of sending 274 posts from 2010 to 2015 on Twitter and the Chinese social media service WeChat that resisted, attacked, and smeared the Communist Party and its policies, earning him 15 years in prison for inciting subversion of state power. He was given another 5 years for talking to foreign reporters and providing photos of the intense police presence in the streets of Xinjiang. That, the court said, amounted to providing intelligence about China's anti-terror efforts to foreign organizations. The court said it would combine the two punishments and sentence him to 19 years in prison. He was convicted in January 2016. An appeals court in December 2016 refused to hear his petition, noting he had never expressed regret or admitted guilt. Hoping to draw attention to Zhang's plight, Li provided her husband's court documents and letters from jail to the AP, as well as her own account. The daughter of a farming family in Henan's Hardscrabble Hill country, Li met Zhang in 2011 after stumbling across a personal ad he had arranged to have placed in a local park where singles sought partners. The flyer said he sold wireless routers and listed his modest height, 168 centimeters, 5 foot 6. On their first date, when Zhang was back home in Henan, he wore a jacket with threadbare cuffs but showed Li his identity card in an awkward attempt to prove he was genuine. That simple directness was something she grew to love, Li said, but it was also Zhang's downfall.